Hi, this is Kerry Stover here at Kerry Synthetic Lubes. I wanted to give you a quick, this is really quick Google Docs tutorial on how to use their spreadsheet. I literally spent about 5 minutes. Just got doing what you see above here. Gives you an idea that it's not complicated. Just kind of hang with me for a minute and you'll be able to keep track of your stats, which you find, as I found here in the last 3 years, how important they are to keep track of. Gave me an idea of how we were increasing our profits and so forth. And I'm not a stat guy, but I am going to become one. Okay, we're already on the page. You'll start with a file up here, and you click on File like normal, hit New, and you end up with a blank page. Up here is where you'll have your bold, the size, of course italic. This is the color button. You get a block of colors. This is the typical, whether you want it centered, off to the right, to the left. Those are all things, if you've done any statistics at all, I'd leave this alone. But anyways, here's your print button. Everything's pretty right out front on this. I really like it for that. So anyways, I'm going to put some stats in here. You'll see this little square. Okay, so before you do anything to that little square, you see it drop down there. Actually, went like that. Whatever you're going to do on that page, on those lines, space, here I want to make it click or bold. I also want them to be centered. So I do those things, and I take it down here, and I go across. Okay, everything in that line is going to be that size. Do not go back and click, simply start typing. So this is going to be my 2016 totals, sales totals. Oops, I went and clicked on that. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one. Oops, that's the one thing. Once you do put something in a space, you just have to start typing and wipe it out. Now you use your arrow over keys instead of the mouse. It's much quicker, much easier. Now I'm just going to put up here what we're going to have. QTY space sold. And you can see how nice that is. You don't have to reset everything. Now what I'm not going to do, I have a whole list of profits, parts. Now you see what that did. Don't worry about that. Just go over in space again. And what I want here, I'm going to put GP percentage. And what you notice there, everything went right to its center, and it's all highlighted bold. Okay, so down here, I'm going to go ahead and put my quantity sold. Now this is total. I should really put down here Amsoil. We're going to do that. There again, if you want that bold, let's go ahead and pick a color for that. But you really want that to highlight. And of course, I want this to be there. We can do this. You can do that the whole way across. If I take that bar now, that little square, slide that across, everything here is going to be in red. In this case, I'm not sure I want to do that. So everything reverted back as soon as I went over. And here again, I want this all bold. I want it all centered. I might even make the stats a little bit bigger just because of what I'm doing. Now again, you get down here and take your square, slide it right across. Now everything in that line is going to be like that. Now these are actually stats from our shop in 2016. I wonder how we did a 0.85 there, but anyways. This is a small shop in a small town. We only have, there was 4 employees. Our population is only a little around 7,000, or yeah, 7,000, 11,000. Gosh, I'll get it right, 1,100. And these sales are what we did in our door, people going out and buying. This is not just our oil sales that we installed. And it kind of gives you an idea what Amsoil did for us when I put the 27. Well, there I went and didn't put the. I didn't put the dollar sign on there, so I get to start over. And that's something you'll get used to as you put these stats in. Like I said, I'm not a stat guy. This kind of thing is almost like torture for me, but it is important to keep track of. So you can. It's encouraging to see that your efforts that you're putting out are helping your total business. Now this last one, this stat really surprised me when I saw that. What I was attempting to do was keep our oil prices about the same as one of the more popular expensive brands, and that way I could see what was going on. I don't have our 2017 stats. I'm going to go ahead and here again, you can see just how difficult this is. Once you put your 0 in, you come back to it, you see that arrow or the square come up. You see how that just automatically filled those in. So that's kind of a neat thing to do. I'll bet I haven't tried this. Let's do this. Let's see if that'll wipe them all out for me. Yeah, that wiped those all out. I didn't have to come back in. So that's one of the things you can do. That's basically how that works. I've highlighted. I've made red. Again, I can make this bigger just by going back and make the font size bigger. So that's basically how you do it. Your save is automatically saved. Now your file, you're going to have to decide how you want to save that by going up and hitting File. This is where everything is. Now your edit is another part. You can cut and move that down and you'll see that come out. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to mess this up. But those are other things that we'll work on later. But right now that'll get your stats in there for you. And that's why I wanted to have you see today. It's not complicated, real quick, and very effective. Thanks for being with me. I hope that helped.